Welcome to the series of Microsoft Azure. So we started exploring the Azure Data Factory. Also, we started the code-free ETL as a service. The each service, the ingest, control for data flow, schedule, and monitor. We explored with hands-on example with sample data. So ingest, I demonstrate the ingest process through the copy data activity. Copy data from CSV, which is stored in the Azure Blob Storage, from the SQL past tables, and also the reverse flow from the SQL past table to the CSV in Azure Blob Storage. Today, we will show the data flow process. So the control flow, I will come to this topic later. Basically, control flow depends on the data flow. That's why today we will explore the data flow service. So let's get started. So if I come to the introduction of the data flow, so basically data flow in Azure Data Factory refers to the process of transforming and manipulating data as it moves from the source to destination. Data flows are typically represented using the Azure Data Factory data flow service when you design visually oriented data transformations such as filtering, aggregation, and column mappings. So we have the scenario. Suppose you need to transform the data from a source to destination, performing operations like the filtering, aggregation, and the column transformation. So the components we need, first the data flow activity. So from the activity, we have to add the data flow activity in our pipeline. Next, the data flow, design the data transformation logic with the data flow using the visual interface, including the transformation, aggregation, or any necessary data manipulation. Next, we have the mapping data flow, define source and sink mapping with the data flow to specify the flow of data. I designed examples with the CSV and the SQL table. So I will go to this example now and we will create this pipeline from the ADF. So data flow example step by step in ADF. Step 1 is the create link services. So the first link service we will have the Azure Blob Storage LS. So the configuration, we have to provide the connection details to the Azure Blob Storage. So now I will go to the ADF dashboards and also the Azure portal dashboard. So here is our portal, Azure portal dashboard. You can see we have a storage account. So we created this storage account. So you can check the link of this video, how to create storage account in the upper right corner. And we have this storage account, and here we have the informations like the storage account details, and we have the container here. So we created a demo sales container where we have the CSV, sales data to SQL CSV, for the pipeline to ingest data from CSV to SQL past tables, also from the SQL past tables to Azure Blob Storage CSV. You can check this video link also in the upper right corner. Today we are going to create a common link service, common blob link service, which will contain the information of this blob containers, which will contain the information about this Azure Blob Storage. So I will go to the manage, and here the link service. I will create the link service, and here the blob, Azure Blob Storage, and name will be the Azure Blob Storage LS, and description I will put. So it will be the common link service which can be used from different pipeline. So the account authentication type will be the account key. From the Azure subscription, I will choose my subscription, and the storage account name will be the SJMalik Blob. And here I will test connection. So the connection is successful. I will create this link service. So the link service successfully created for the blob storage. Next, we create the another link service for the SQL DB, and we will provide the connection details of our Azure SQL database server. If I go to the portal.azure.com, you can see we have the SQL server. We created the SQL server, and we created the SQL database here, and we also created the tables, views, and the store procedures by connecting the SQL Server Management Studio. You can check this video link in the upper right corner. So now we are going to create the link service for this SQL server. I'll create new. To create link service with the Azure SQL server, we have two options. So first we have the Azure Synapse Analytics. So this one, and the second we have the Azure SQL database. This one. So basically, the Azure Synapse Analytics we need if your application involve large scale analytics, querying massive datasets, or integrating with big data technologies. Azure Synapse Analytics might be more suitable. And if your testing involves complex analytics queries or scenarios that requires the distributed processing, Azure Synapse Analytics provides a more powerful platform. And if I talk about the Azure SQL database, if you create a demo app and testing primarily, so that's involve the transactional workloads, relational database, and a standard SQL query. Azure SQL database is more traditional and well-suited choice. And if you need also the relational database that can scale horizontally or vertically based on your needs, then you can choose the Azure SQL database. So here I will choose the Azure SQL database, and the name will be Azure SQL DBLS link service. And from the Azure subscription, I will choose my subscription, and the server name will be the HTML demo, and the database name I have the HTML demo, and the authentication type is SQL authentication. I created uh, uh, admin account for the SQL, so you can check this link how I created this SQL server and create this admin account. In the upper right corner, you can find the link. So I will provide my username and password. Now I will test connection. So connection is successful. I will create this link service. So our link service successfully created. Next, I will create the dataset. So our two link service, one for the blob storage and another for the SQL DB, successfully created. Next, we have the create datasets for this two link service. So first we have the blob storage datasets, and here the link service will be the Azure blob storage LH which we created, and the configuration point to the path of the customer CSV file. So we are going to create a pipeline which will take the data from a CSV file in Azure blob storage with customer information, and I will apply a simple transformation before loading the data into our Azure SQL database. So this will be our sample CSV file, the customer data.csv. This will contain the customer ID, first name, last name, and the email. And we are going to load those data in this table, the customer table. We have the customer ID, customer name, and the email. So if I open this CSV file in Visual Studio Editor, you can see it's the comma separated file, and the first row is treated as header. So I will upload this file in our blob storage. So I will create a container here for the common demo container, demo. And inside demo, I will upload this file. And here is the customer data.csv and upload. So it's successfully uploaded. Now I will create the dataset. From the author tab, I will go to the dataset here, and I will create new dataset. Here I will search the blob, Azure blob storage, and it will be the delimited text, the CSV one. And I will dataset, the name will be blob storage dataset, and the link service Azure blob storage LS, and the file path I will remain empty here, and I will create. So for the file path, I will set the parameters here. File path and also the file name, and I will go to the connection. Here I will to that dynamic content. There will be the file path and the file name, and I will save it. And here the CSV one, we have the comma separated, so the delimiter will be the comma, and the row delimiter will be the /r/n, the quota character double quote character, sorry, and the escape character will be the backslash. So blob storage dataset created. Next we will create the SQL datasets. The link service will be the Azure SQL DB ls, and point to the path of the blob storage dataset successfully created. Next we will create the SQL dataset. The link service will be the Azure SQL DB ls, and configuration it will specify the target table in our SQL database. It will be the dbo.customer. So I will create the another dataset, and it will be the SQL Azure SQL database, and name will be SQL dataset, and the link service will be the Azure SQL DB ls. Our table name, it's loading, it's fetching from the Azure SQL DB ls link service. So you can see we have the following tables and view: customer table, sales table, sale customer view, and the sales temp table. So we'll pick the customer table, but not here. So I will remain as empty, and I will take the parameter here for the table name. First I will choose the schema name. Schema name will be DBO for all the cases, and the table name will be different. I am taking it as variable, so I will set according to our pipeline, so that we can use this common SQL datasets in different pipeline. So here in the connection, I will enter manually. The schema name will be our parameter schema name, and table name will be table name. Okay, I will save it. So we created successfully both the dataset, the blob storage dataset and the SQL dataset. Now we'll test so which datasets able to fetch the data from the CSV, also the SQL DB. So if I check the customer table will have some sample data. So if I select top 1000 rows, so you can see we have some sample data, there are 20 sample data. And also in our blob container, the customer data.csv have some data, so that its size is 222 byte, and we have this data, the 5 rows. So first I will state the blob storage datasets. The file path we have demo. The file path will be demo, and the file name will be customer data.csv. I will save. So it's successfully saved. In the connection, I will try to preview data with this file path and the file name. So you can see we have this data, the John Doe, and we have this 5 data. It's identical. So it's reading from the blob storage. So it's successful. Next, I will test the SQL dataset. The parameter schema name is the DBO, and the table name is customer. So from the connection, I will preview data. So you can see we have the 10 data. It's applying the top 10 limit. That's why we are getting only the 10 data, not 20 data. But it is correct. You can see the customer one, example one. I will discard the changes, and also for this parameter, I will keep it general. So that's all for this part of this video. In the next part of this video, we will show the remaining steps, create the data flow, and move the data from a CSV, applying transformation and filter, and to our SQL database tables, customer tables. So keep watching, and I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please share my video and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.